This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
Welcome to the Barbados Today Afternoon Update for Wednesday, June 10th. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Thanks for joining us. The results of the Barbados Secondary School entrance exams are in, and two girls, Jasmine Simmons from St. Angela's and Gemma Evelyn of St. Winifred's, are tied at the top with a score of 249.12. The top boy is Dante Small from the Arthur Smith School. He scored 247.43 points. The three are among the top 10 of the over 3,000 students who sat the exams. Our Emmanuel Joseph is at the Ministry of Education and tells us what Minister Ronald Jones had to say.
We've noticed from the scores that this year, and according to the minister, this is the first year where you have virtually equal in the top 10, both boys and girls. 5 boys and 5 girls in the top 10, and 7 are from private schools and the remainder from public schools. From what the minister has disclosed is that the mean or average has declined. In this year it's 50.47, last year it was 57.6, and he's also said that both males and female scores declined this year also by 6%. And he's also concerned about the performance of him in the mathematics, and he will be working with the University of the West Indies to re-equip the teachers to better transfer the mathematics teaching in this area. So we have the top performers in the 11 class this year. There are 2 girls, one from St. Angela's and one from St. Winifred's.
Thanks, Emmanuel. And results of another kind as the National Council of Substance Abuse 2013 survey shows high levels of alcohol abuse among schoolgoers. And the research assistant at the council, Laura Foster, is recommending that government implements further measures to lessen the numbers of underage drinkers. She is calling for, among other things, the enforcement of a minimum age for persons purchasing alcohol.
So we recommend developing collaborative relationships between community leaders, law enforcement, and school officials in an effort to address the use of legal and illegal drugs by adolescents in the community and school settings. Since we found some trends with regards to parental involvement and school experience, we suggest selective interventions among those students who have poor academic records and behavioral problems, as well as interventions that focus on the social environment in which adolescents live, interventions that focus on parental modeling to prevent adolescent drug use, and the promotion of positive student-teacher relationships.
In other news, President of the Association of Private Transport Operators, Maurice Lee, has zero tolerance for reckless driving, and he's fully in support of strong action to put the brakes on the problem. His comments follows yesterday's accident in which at least 10 school children were injured after a public service vehicle overturned. Lee, who expressed strong regret at the incident, wholeheartedly endorsed the action of the Ministry of Transport, which promised to implement an immediate crackdown.
I am still of the view that there are several competent PSV operators that play our nation's roads on a daily basis. What has to be done is that every effort has to be made to ensure that any negative influences are deleted from this system of public transport. This system of public transport cannot afford to have any individuals in it that would not be willing to participate in competent driving habits on our public roads.
Meantime, Transport Minister Michael Lashley serves notice that the number of traffic inspectors will be increased from 6 to monitor the activity on the roads.
We've just applied to the civil service for at least 8 more traffic inspectors, and we are currently looking at the law to empower those traffic inspectors so that they will have just as equal power as the police, but not similar power. But they will have powers that we can now properly regulate.
The minister is also getting ready to meet with the top brass of the police force and the Transport Authority for talks on a joint initiative to arrest these traffic occurrences.
So we have to go together. We have now to really have a joint effort and a continued effort and an effort that is intense so that we need to minimize these type of incidents and accidents. My information is that, that we're still having some bad apples up there. And the road traffic amendments, I know with touch and concern some of them, it will deal with them. And I find it really, it is really cause a concern that I can go and get a permit. And that I can go and take anybody off the road.
Workers at the Customs and Excise Department have been summoned to a meeting by the National Union of Public Workers tomorrow morning. NUPW Acting General Secretary Roslyn Smith says the 10 a.m. meeting will be to update members on the latest round of talks with Finance Minister Chris Sinclair on the planned transfer to the Barbados Revenue Authority. Smith explained that the information the union had been demanding regarding the new terms and conditions of employment under the BRA was closer to being disseminated, and the meeting will also be used to strategize a way forward. In sports, FIFA postpones the bidding process for the 2026 World Cup amid allegations surrounding the 2018 and 2022 tournaments. The vote to decide who will host the 2026 World Cup is due to take place in Kuala Lumpur in May 2017. FIFA's General Secretary Jerome Valak has this announcement.
We have been working on a level of regulations, level of request for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And there was the decision to allocate this World Cup in 2017 and to start the bidding process soon. Due to the situation, I think it's a nonsense to start any bidding process for the time being.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
On the regional scene, a scary day for students at a government school in the Bahamas as a gunman opened fire on the compound yesterday. More in this report from ZNS News.
As school students at the L.W. Young Junior High School sat end-of-year exams, terror struck on the outside. Police say a gunman shot a security officer. Authorities add that the shooter was wearing the uniform of a senior high school, but could not say if the shooter was actually a student. Head of the Central Detective Unit, Chief Superintendent Paul Rose says it was around 1 o'clock this afternoon when a white vehicle entered the school through the front gates.
A young man exited the vehicle dressed in C.I. Gibson uniform. And he produced a handgun and they began discharging shots into the security booth where the security officer was at the time standing. He came out to see what was going on. He was struck to the chest and leg.
And further afield, the Vatican sets up a tribunal to hear cases of bishops accused of covering up abuse by pedophile priests. In an unprecedented move, Pope Francis agreed to a panel which now has the power to punish bishops who failed to protect young victims. A statement from the Vatican said the department would come under the auspices of the Congregation of the Doctrine of the Faith. And on that note, we come to the end of our afternoon updates, but you can join us again this evening. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, our email updates, and like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media, in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. We're also on Channel 101 online TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Frenella Wedderburn. To have a wonderful day.